Hey everyone, Jim here from Tobacco Solutions, and today I've got a different type of video for you. It's not that I'm going to try to save you money on a future purchase. What I'm going to try to do today is save you money on a purchase that you've already made. I want you to look at something. Look at this jar that I have right here. That is full of spent green smoke cartomizers. I've got about 150 in here. Obviously I use them quite a bit. Normally what I would do is mail them out to Green Smoke for points and credit for future purchases. But you know what? I don't have to do that anymore. Why? Because you could fill these things up yourself with e-liquid you still have in the house and use them all over again. And today we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to refill your Green Smoke cartridges so you can use them over and over again for at least 7 to 14 days. Imagine the kind of savings you're going to have by being able to do that. So sit back, relax, and watch the show.
So here we go. These are the 3 things that you're going to need in order to refill your Green Smoke cartomizer. Now, what I have here is the end of the cartomizer. I unscrewed it from the battery, and I'm holding up the end piece of it. This is the part that you vape out of. It's got a white cap at the end. You're gonna have to remove this white cap. And I'm using an old dental pick. Don't worry, I washed and cleaned it. So I stick it inside the hole, right inside here, and then slowly I circle around, tugging, pulling to get this white cap out. Now this may take a while. Sometimes it takes a minute or two, but there it goes. It's out now, and this is what it looks like. That's the end cap right there. I set that to the side. Now, inside the Green Smoke cartomizer, there's another white cap that you want to remove. And this is what holds the e-liquid into the cartomizer itself. And there it is. It's kind of a clear plastic. So take that out, put that to the side. Looking inside the Green Smoke cartomizer, there's looks like a spongy circular paper type thing that absorbs the e-liquid, and a hollow tube in the middle. You're going to want to pour your e-liquid on this spongy surface right here. And believe it or not, it holds quite a bit of e-liquid around this little sponge. Don't pour your e-liquid down the whole tube. It's just going to come out the other end, so it'll wind up landing on your fingers or on the floor or wherever you may be refilling your Green Smoke cartomizer. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my liquid e-liquid, and I'm going to carefully place it over the spongy area of the Green Smoke cartomizer, just 1 drop at a time. Let it absorb. Now you're going to want to use a cartomizer that's still somewhat fresh. You know, don't pull out one that's been laying around for 2 or 3 years that you've used, because it may be difficult for that to absorb the e-liquid. 2 very important things to remember about doing this. 1, make sure you unscrew the cartomizer from the battery before refilling it. You don't want to risk the e-liquid going through the whole tube down into your battery and damaging your battery. These batteries are pretty expensive. They work great. We don't want to mess that up. The second thing is you're going to keep the e-liquid with a similar flavor. So if you're using a menthol like I am, you want to use another menthol-based e-liquid on top of that. It kind of keeps it a little consistent. You don't get any awkward flavor because there's always some e-liquid left over. Okay, as you can see, I've been putting quite a few drops in here and it's absorbing all of it. And we'll stop at that. Okay, so then I'm going to put my little cap that holds it in place. Push that down. There we go. Now I'll put my end cap on, and this just snaps into place. Hear that? And guess what, folks? I've got myself a brand new Green Smoke cartomizer full of e-liquid. Let's try it.
All right, here's our old Green Smoke cartomizer, freshly refilled with liquid e-liquid. Let's go ahead and screw it into the Green Smoke battery and test it out. As you can see, it's putting out great vapor like it did when it was fresh out of the box. These atomizers last a long time. When you finish up with your e-liquid with the original green smoke cartomizer, the atomizer is still good. And I imagine it probably lasts about a week or two before that decides to give out. So it's a shame to throw these things away or send them back to green smoke for points for a future purchase. You could probably get about 7 to 14 new refills off this green smoke cartomizer. And imagine how much that's going to save you in money. Probably, 800 to 1,000% on your green smoke cartridge purchases. Now, again, you want to use the same type of e-liquid flavor in these cartomizers. You want to use a cartomizer that's not old, stale, and dried up. That absorbent tissue inside these cartomizers can't be brittle, otherwise it's not going to absorb the e-liquid. Use a menthol-based one if you're using menthol cartridges. Use a tobacco-based one if you're using tobacco-based green smoke cartridges. And if you follow these steps and make sure this cartridge is outside of the battery, unscrewed from the battery when you do it, and you don't pour it inside the tube, it should be flawless for you and it should work perfectly. So if you've tried this out, if you follow these instructions and it worked for you, please leave a comment below. We'd love to see success stories. And hopefully this saved you $1 or $2. Thanks and have a good day.